Well, your water service comes in, the first thing you do is put your stop valve in. We got our meter and the boiler drain, which is all code. This is your PRV's pressure reducing valve. It serves two purposes. When your street pressure comes in, it's usually running around 80 to 90 pounds. What this will do is it'll kick your water pressure down to, usually we run them around 55 to 60 pounds. But it also serves as a check valve, so the water can only go one direction, can't go backwards. All right. Then I've got it run up, cut across this 3/4 PEX line, goes all the way around over here to your manifolds. Code says you have to have copper from the water heater up to the floor joist. So that's why this is copper up here. Obviously a shut-off valve for the hot water. And got it tied into my manifold. Obviously the top one is my cold water manifold, tell by the blue lines. This one and this one go to your hose spigots. That's why the shut-off valves are on there.
Okay.
All the other ones go to each individual fixture. Now, a lot of people use one line and use T's and stuff like that. I use the manifold system. You got an individual line for every system, for every fixture. And this is actually, this particular style or brand of PEX it's called Rehau, but I think you can also use Upinar. This brand right here is actually Upinar brand, but all the fittings and everything is Rehau. A lot of them use barbed fitting, and you just slide the hose over the top of it, and they use a snap ring that goes around them and crimps them down. Rehau is better for two reasons. For one, what it does is there's a special tool that you stick in there and you ratchet it and you swedge the pipe out, and it fits over the top of the barbed fitting. You can't have your red and your hot touching each other. That's why I spaced them apart like I did.
Your red and your hot touching each other.
Or your red and your blue. So you're hot and you're cold. Okay. You have to stay at a minimum of 18 inches off the outer wall. So that's why I started right here and worked my way down. And I brought every one like this one right here is your bathtub. This right here is where the fireplace used to be. So technically this is the end of my run, so that's why I had to jog over here and go 18 inches from here over to here.
And it's all darkness down here.
Yeah, well, this one goes over to your kitchen sink. That one goes over to your outside hose spigot. Down here. Washer box. This particular washer box has the shock arresters.
It's all.
This has the shock arresters built onto the fittings. In the olden days, we used to use risers on the back of your. We'd put a T in there and put an 18-inch piece of pipe with a cap on the top. And what that does is, you ever have shut something off and you can hear the pipes jerk in the wall? That's what them are for. And sometime in the old time, we would put like we'd have the line coming up, the T in there with our stub sticking out for our fixture, and then we'd keep the line going up 18 inches and just put a cap on it, and that would hold air. And what you had to do sometimes, if you had one start hammering in the wall, you'd have to go downstairs to the basement, shut the water off, drain the water from the entire house, whether it's a two-story house or whatever, all the way down to the bottom, open up all the faucets and let it all drain completely down, then close up, and then turn the water back on and fill it back up, and that would recharge them air chambers, because sometimes them air chambers would get waterlogged, and that's how you would recharge them. Nowadays, nobody uses them anymore. Everybody uses the shock arresters. Since this wall was so out of square, actually we had ripped up all these floor joists, replaced all these floor joists from the door all the way to the bathroom. We had to replace all these studs in here, wall studs, There's not a single header in the whole house over any of the windows except for in the other room, so we had to build headers over the top of all the windows. So, since this is an outer wall, that's why I brought the water lines up through the floor. Because I didn't want them freezing in the outer wall.
There we go. Much better with light. That wall tapers to nothing on this end. And then is a full-size board at the other.
Now, this is not because it's an outer wall that I brought these up through the floor, because realistically I didn't really have a good way to get them back in the wall to face out the right direction. So there's your water lines for your vanity. Shower valve. Of course we put in the jacuzzi tub. Shower valve. Got shock arresters on them. You don't have to have them on everything. You just have to have so many in a system. Shower riser. This is so that whenever you put your Durarock up, which is what we're going to use because we're going to tile, we'll take this out after we're done tiling, and then you'll have a hole in your tile to put your shower head in. We'll go over